Hello everyone. The next topic in the chapter classes and the objects is copying. Okay, how we are allowing this copying or the aliasing in the objects and the classes, and how it can be done in this programming, Python programming. So we know general this aliasing can make a program difficult to read. Okay, obviously when you are making or making changes, that is you are creating at the alias, it will be a confusing to any programmer or the reader. So that is why we can say aliasing can make a program difficult to read, because changes in one place might have unexpected effects in the another place. Okay, it is also, we can say, it is also hard to keep track of all the variables that might refer to a given object. Okay, so that is why we say it is difficult. And copying an object is often an alternative to the aliasing. How we can do it? For example, say to copy a module that contains a function called the copy, and it can duplicate any object. How it can be done? You can see here p1 is equals to point and p1 dot x is equals to 3, p1 dot y is equals to 4. Import copy. If we are directly importing this one, how it can do? p2 is equals to copy or dot copy of p1. That means it is copying the values 3.0 and 4.2 to the same p2 also. Make sure p1 and p2 contains the same data, but p1 and p2 are not same. Okay, how we can prove that? For example, print the value of the p1, it is giving 3 and 4. P2 is, it is 3 and 4, same data is same, but p1 and p2 are not the same points, they are different. Okay, the another way, if you want to try to variable, if they are if you compare p1 and p2, both are equal, that is not true. Okay, because Python cannot recognize that this can be the same, or it can be considered as the equivalent. How you can represent the same in the object diagram? Okay, so we have box instance, and we have the attributes width and the height on the corner. For corner we have in the corner we have, inside the corner attribute we have attributes x and the y, and then box to two boxes. We can say these two boxes are the different, but the data can be same. Okay, so when the user is reading this one, we cannot say this box 1 and box 2 are the same. That is how we can verify points are different. Okay, so how we can say this is operator, this is boolean operator, it indicates p1 and p2 are not the same object, which is what we have expected. But you might have expected assignment operator should be comparison operator should be expected to yield the true. Okay, but because these points can contain the same data, in that case you will be disappointed to learn that, for instances, the default behavior of the comparison operator is same as the is operator. It checks the object identity, not the equivalence. Make sure both the is and the comparison operator are the same. Okay, it does not check for the data, but it will check for the objects. Okay, that is because of the programmer defined types. Python doesn't know what should be considered equivalent. Okay, so this is how we can verify they are not the equivalent. So now, in the similar way, if you use the copy.copy to duplicate a rectangle, you will find that it copies the rectangle object but not the embedded point. If you try some other different way of duplicating the rectangle, you can check whether box2 is equivalent to box. That is also obviously false. Okay, so we can say box2 is equals to copy.box of box. And if you try to assume that box2 is same as the box, no, that is not false, but only the value data can be same. Okay, so that is false. So box2 dot corner is box dot corner. Okay, that means the corner values inside this box 2 and the corner values inside this box will be same, so that is giving you a true value. You can see here, so you have a corner in the box and the corner in the box, both have the same reference to x and the y, so I can say that is true. Okay, so that is what it is shown in the figure 15.3. Now this kind of operation is called as the shallow copy. That means it copies the object and any references it contains, but not the embedded objects. Okay, fine. So that is the meaning of shallow copy. For most application, this is not what you want. So in this example, invoking grow rectangle, so you can see here, invoking grow rectangle on one of the rectangles would not affect the other, but invoking move rectangle on the other would affect the both. Okay, that means rectangles will not be the same, move rectangle will be working. Those this behavior will be confusing and the error prone. That is why we say aliasing is difficult to read. Okay, so now the similar way, Fortunately, when you consider this type of the assignments, what it does, okay, the copy module provides a method named deep copy that copies not only the object but also the object it refers to and the objects they refer to, okay, so on. You will not be surprised to learn that this operation is called a deep copy. How you can do the deep copy? For example, box3 is equals to copy dot deep copy of box. Box3 is box. Even though you are trying to deep copy, it is going to give the return value. Okay, so we can say this box3 and the box is completely different. In the similar way, if you are trying to assign to box2, that is also different. So box3 dot corner is box dot corner. It is not true. Okay, you cannot do this one. So that is why we can say box 3 and box are completely separate object. Okay, so this is all about the classes and the objects. So when you have a summary of this chapter, what does it contain? So we have discussed what exactly is classes and the objects, what is the meaning of the classes and the objects, and then we have discussed what is programmer defined types and how we can write it in the program, what are the ways of writing the programmer defined types and which is suitable. On the similar way, what exactly is the attributes and how you are defining the attributes, and we have discussed about considering rectangle as example, what are the attributes we can consider in the rectangle to calculate some values. Next, in the similar way, we have also discussed about the instances as the return values. Using functions, how we can make instances as the return values, and we have also discussed about objects can be mutable or the changeable, and copying. Okay, that is how we can make the aliasing. Okay, and what is the benefit and how we can make it, what are the different ways we can make it, and we have discussed examples for that particular way. Okay, so this is about the classes and the objects and how we can use the classes and objects in the Python programming language. Thank you.